guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we kept continuing with our 1813 What If campaign, the Battle of Blankenfelde. If you look in the description of this video below, you'll find part 1, and there in part 1 you'll also find reference to the preliminaries that gives you a bit of a table brief and talks about the troops. This is, it's now 11 AM in game time. The battle I'm fighting is the right flank of a larger French battle against Prussian forces. This is the battlefield of Blankenfelde, and on my left flank, Steve from Basement 1908 is fighting the Battle of Grossbeeren, and he has his troops on that table. We've been sending couriers. I've sent couriers off to Steve to say, hey, how are things going over on your side of the battlefield? And obviously I've got couriers back letting me know how things are going on his side of the battlefield. So we're going to get straight back into the battle now. Like I said, it's the start of turn 5. It is 11 AM, and let's get straight into it.
So when this brigade went his last turn, these guys pulled back. What actually should have happened is they should have been dispersed. If the brigade goes hesitant with just a brigade skirmish line of 2 bases, then they are recalled. So they're gone. And the other thing worth noting is when this brigade faltered in turn, I think it was turn 3, they rolled and they only had 1 ADC, which means that 1 ADC would have gone to divisional morale, so they wouldn't have had a re-roll. Now, as it was, it made no difference because their first roll they accepted, but just for the sake of completeness, it should be noted that they would not have had that ADC for the re-roll.
Let's start by rolling for corps orders. French first. They've got everything but the white. Now for the Prussians, they can only access the black and blue at the moment. And they've got the black if they want that. So now ADC availability, we'll do the French first. 2 and 2. And now for the Prussians. Okay, so 3, 1, and 1. Geez, that's a lot of... All right. So, again, this is a crappy situation for the Prussians. Again, they've only got 1 ADC, so that faltering brigade that's still faltering doesn't have an aide de camp, because that'll be used for divisional morale. Only 1 on the Prussian left, 3 on the Prussian right, but it's not much better for the French, 2 each. So both corps are going to use, both the French and the Prussians are going to use their black corps order dice and bring on reserves. For the French, they're going to be bringing on the 29th Division, which is a Polish and Saxon division, and they have 2 batteries of artillery also attached. So let's see how long that's going to take for them to get here. 6. I think that means 1 turn. And now for the Prussians, actually their brigade is simply off table. So it's an attached brigade to the Prussian 11th Division. So a corps order is not going to help there. That is simply a divisional order. So that's not going to be rolled for. Right, which means that they'll probably use their blue dice, their rider line, if they have any hesitant brigades. Now, let's allocate ADCs and roll for activation. Okay, so for the French, the 20th Division, with their 2 ADCs, they're nothing for this brigade here. A re-roll for their 2nd Brigade. For the 3rd Brigade, skirmish without a re-roll, but he is bold. For the 22nd Division, the Swiss have got infantry assault, but no re-roll, and the French Brigade has a re-roll. So that's it for the French. We might as well roll for them whilst we're here. Let's get it on. Okay, so 1st Brigade, they're good. 2nd Brigade with the re-roll, they're good. And the bold chap, he has 2 dice rolled simultaneously, and he has skirmish. He's got a 6, so we'll take that. Infantry assault without a re-roll for the Swiss. Yes, he's got a 6, so he's going forward. And then the French Brigade, a re-roll, which he needs. Oh, and he's gone hesitant, which is sucks ass, because he has the 2 batteries, and I really wanted them to go to town. Right, so 1 hesitant brigade for the French. Okay, so now we're rolling for the Prussians. They've only got 2 ADCs here. They're giving a re-roll to the brigade on the extreme left, and they're good. No re-roll for this brigade here, and they're fine. Now, this brigade here, they are faltering. They don't have a re-roll, so they'll have to take what they get. Okay, and so they rally. So they go to hesitant. The bold brigade, which is this one right here, 2 dice, and they take the higher 2. 3, so he's obeying orders. Then over here on the Prussian right flank, we have this brigade here. They have 3 ADCs. He's going to go artillery assault with a re-roll, and then the poor guy, he gets nothing, just a straight roll. So artillery assault with a re-roll. He's failed. Oh, 2. So he's gone hesitant. So they'll have 2 hesitant brigades. And then the poor chap, he's okay. So, right. So the French will be rolling 2 dice and taking what they get. And the Prussians will be rolling 3 dice. Not that it seems to have been hurting them in the past. They consistently seem to get the initiative. French red. Yep. 6 plays 5. The Prussians have the initiative. That's 5 turns in a row now. Okay. We go to charge declarations. The French have 1. They have an infantry assault here. The Russians could declare a charge. The Prussians and Russians could declare a charge. For example, they could charge here and attempt to foil this infantry assault. However, it's 12 inches, or just under 12 inches from here to there. They're in line formation, so they can't reach. So they can't declare a charge. They're in skirmish order, so they can't, and no one else can reach. So that's it for the Russians and the Prussian charge declarations. French, infantry assault, 1, 2, and this battalion here are all going to charge in on this line battalion. These guys will skirmish fire as they come in. These guys can skirmish fire as they go off as well, but the first hit will have to go on this brigade skirmish line because it is an arc and in range. And obviously the battery can shoot. Other than that, they have no supports. Re-rolls. They can either fire or take the reroll. I think firing would be better. It's hard to say. If they fire, they'll be firing into these guys because they're covering their flank. So we'll let the dice decide. Well, actually, artillery can only provide fire support, so they can't provide a reroll, only shooting. So that solves that problem. Right, so let's get the charge on. So these guys here going in, they'll stop at the 3-inch mark. These skirmishers will shoot as they come forward. So it's 4 dice. And then they'll skedaddle. 2 hits. 2 hits, which is 1 casualty on the Swiss. So the skirmishers, as they evade, they take 1 CD's worth of casualties. No hits on them. The light infantry battalion in the woods will also shoot. Normally it's 5 dice. They're down to 4 because they are worn, dangerously worn at that. And so, again, it is 4 dice. But they do get 3 hits, which is another casualty. That'll take them up to 2. Actually, no, the first hit has to go on these guys. So they've simply put a hit onto this brigade skirmish line. I will check the rules on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it has to work. First casualty on a brigade skirmish line in arc and range. Okay, so you can see they're exactly 12 inches. You couldn't have got it any closer. It's just touching. Okay, so they'll stop at the 3-inch mark and they'll receive fire from these guys, and then we'll do our charge resolution. Okay, the other shooting that has to take place as well is they'll shoot as they come forward, then they'll diddy mow back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'll do their shooting. And they've got 2 hits, which is 1 casualty. That takes these guys up to 3. Right. Then they'll bolt away from the charger and back towards their own parent brigade. So they're back here now. They're firing now. Now, it is 2 dice for the battery. It is 2 for canister. And it is 1 for a column that's coming at them. So the black is the battery dice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouch. Not a discipline check, but that does take them up to 7. So these guys are worn. They've taken it on the chin for their mates. I will need to check. And bounce through. Well, there's no one directly to the rear. I guess you could get bounce through onto them. I'll give them that. But it doesn't hit anything anyway. And then we have this volley into these guys. And a column at 3 inches. 7. 3's nothing. So they will get a 7, I think, might be 2 hits. It might be enough to make them drop a level. So the rules are pretty clear on this, actually. Where there's multiple targets, well, first of all, the priority is for a battery is an enemy charging them. So no one's charging them, so that one's out of the question. After that, it's the nearest target, or at canister fire, they can choose. But there's no way they're going to be able to hit them with these guys right beside them. The majority of the shot will go into them, but I am going to put 1 onto these. So that will take them up to 4. The volley did 2 casualties, so that's definitely going to, all up, take them to 5 casualties. So they will definitely be rolling with a negative modifier. So in the charge resolution, these guys will be rolling 3 dice, taking the lower 2, with 2 rerolls. And these guys will be rolling 2 dice neat, with no rerolls. So I'll just adjust those casualties. So he's now at 6. He's still worn, so it doesn't make that much difference. And he now goes up to 4. And so now we will do the charge resolution. The Prussians are black, the French are red. Okay, they've got 6 and 2. They've got 5 and 2. They've lost their 6. So that's not a bad roll for these guys. They've got, they'll take the re-roll for the guy at the rear, and that is a tie. They could push it and take a re-roll from those guys. Oh, and just on that shooting, it would only cause a discipline check. That volley would only cause a discipline check if the firers were elite, and they ain't. They're reservists. So they're going to take that, and then they will close to combat and fight an even battle, relying on the fact that they are regulars and these guys are reservists. Now that's out of the way. The next thing we will go on is with movement. The Prussians have the initiative again, and so the Prussians will do their movement. I'll do that and come back and brief you on their movement, and then we'll move on to French. So this battery here is unlimbered. This battery belongs to this division here under the poor divisional commander, but at least he's not hesitant, so he's been able to unlimber his battery and orientate it towards this threat here. These guys are hesitant, so they're not really doing much. Actually, what I will do is this battalion here will just simply change facing because there is a threat. They're not getting closer to the enemy, so they can get away with that. And that's that there. These guys have fired, so I'm not too sure. I don't think they can do anything else in this turn. These guys are wheeling towards the threat coming through here. These guys sidestepped, and these guys have moved from behind the village to their right. These guys are hesitant. They simply removed all their unformed markers, which was kind of essential to do, including these chaps here, that Fulton Brigade. It's still hesitant, but at least now they're not unformed, which would have been tragic for them because they drop in their discipline test. It's a minus for being unformed. This division here, they've simply moved a battalion off to this side as this entire brigade is now advancing, and they have moved troops into that wooded area there. So that's all the Prussian movement done. Now let's go and do French movement. French. They've reordered in their 1st Brigade of the 20th Division, and other than that, 20th Division's done nothing except their brigade skirmish line is orientated inward. And yeah, that's it for the entire 20th Division. 22nd Division, those guys were charging, so obviously they've done that. But this battalion here, the Paris Guard, or Garde de Paris, they have just moved forward slightly. And this brigade here is hesitant, so they're not doing anything at all. They'll probably just do some maintenance on their guns. Right, let's now get into shooting, and the Prussians have the initiative, so we'll start with skirmishers. They've already fired. They're out of range, which just takes us to these guys here. So these guys in the woods are firing. It's 5 dice. 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 casualty. That'll go up to, that's that done. These guys will shoot back. Well, actually, is there any other Prussian? No, that's it. No other Prussian skirmishers. So now we go to the French, and these guys here will return the favour. 4 dice. Nothing. Now, I've just realised these guys are on 8 casualties. They take 2 more and they'll break. The problem for them is, in the movement phase, they could have moved and got themselves out of there. But because they fired in support of the charge, they can't do anything. That was that for them, I'm pretty sure. I'll check later, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Assuming that I am correct. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skirmish tasking 9, 10. So 10 dice from the Württembergers. So it's 5. Now they will drop 1 dice for cover. So 9 dice. 1, 2. Okay, 2 casualties. That would break them. That would disperse those guys. Right. Mind you, if they don't stand there, these guys simply move. They'll follow in behind them because they would move first. They would go 12 inches and they ignore that. So it doesn't make any difference. They're just in the poop. So even if I was to be generous and go, no, I'm going to let them pull back and they go back 12, retreat 12 inches because they're a skirmish order, the Württembergers, because they move second, would follow up. So sometimes having the initiative's not brilliant because the side that doesn't have the initiative can react to movement better. So yeah, they're gonna be shot up. Whether they get shot up here or they get shot up back there, they're getting shot up. So they're done. They'll break. That will cause this brigade, including these guys here, to falter. So no skirmish fire from these guys because there's nothing to shoot at more, and they're out of range. I'm pretty sure. I'll just check. 12 inches. Yeah, the skirmishers are out of range. The battery's in range. Okay, they can shoot the battery. So they'll do that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just use these dice. 4 dice at the battery. 1 hit on the battery. On battery. Are these guys in range? Actually, they are. So they should shoot as well. So they'll shoot 5 dice. It's out of sequence, but hey, the joy of playing solo. So 1 battery hit on these guys from the battery, but this skirmish line shooting at them gets 1, 2. Ooh, let's put a fly in. For all that, these skirmishers here have put 1 hit on them. 3 hits, sorry, 1 casualty. 3 hits, 1 casualty. They shot at them, did 1 casualty on them. Right. Artillery fire. Bit of payback now. This battery here, shooting at this column there. It's over effective range, so they get no CD. And it's in a 5, so that's nothing. But they didn't. At least they didn't hurt themselves. Now this battery here is haltering. Haltering. That's what you get when you're hesitant and faltering. You're haltering. They're faltering. They were hesitant, but now they're faltering. But they are in canister range of these guys, and they can fire directly to the front. So they will. Dice for the battery for being in close range, and they get 2 CDs for the canister. So that the red dice are the CDs. So 8 is 1 hit, and the 5 is 1 hit. So that'll take a base off these guys. So the only battery left for the French to fire, if they do decide to do that, would be this battery here, and it'd be lobbing a single, it's a weak fire, so 1 CD in amongst those guys. And hey, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound, I say. So they'll just lob, the howitzer will crack 1 into those guys there. They got a hit. And other than that, there's no other firing because the other 2 batteries are hesitant and there's nothing within effective range for them to engage. So that's all the artillery firing. So that just leaves volleys. There are some to be had. Most notably, this battalion here, who has wheeled, could fire a volley into these guys, and well, they'd be mugs not to, wouldn't they? So it's just 3 dice. They don't get the CD because they're not firing at a column that is charging them at 3 inches. It's just a column going by. 7. I think that's going to be 2 hits. Ouch. But not a morale test. I'll quickly check the handy dandy Battlefields accessories widget. So it is a volley. 7. It's, yes, 2. Only a discipline test if they are elite. Now we have to resolve the melee hand-to-hand combat because the French are not delivering any volleys. So we've got this one here to do. Okay, it's just a straight 5 dice versus 5 dice. The Swiss regiment will obviously will go with red dice for them, and the Russians will have the black. 2 hits versus 3 hits. So the Swiss have won by 1. So winner takes the ground, unformed, loser retreats. Okay, so 18 inches back. I don't think it'll take him off the table, and we stop at the edge of the table anyway. 18 inches straight back. There are 3 casualties. They're back here now, and they're got a retreat marker on them, and that ends turn 4. This is the situation. They've come forward to here. These guys are back here unformed. These guys evaded. I'm pretty sure that means that they're unformed, but I'll check. But they're faltering anyway due to the loss of the Fusilier battalion in the woods. These Swiss they've been successful, but they're badly shot up. Both of these battalions badly shot up, and they are in a real bind, so they might end up faltering themselves in the process of having this breakthrough here. Other than that, as we can see, it's interesting times. At the start of turn 5, the Saxon division will arrive for the French, and it might be a good time for the Prussians to bring on their reserve brigade. That's it. All the reserves they have is that 1 brigade, whereas the French have 2 infantry divisions and a heavy cavalry brigade at their disposal. This is where the numbers are really going to start to tell now. So it's now the start of turn 6, 11:30 in the morning, and core orders for the French. Okay, they've got everything but the black. And now for the Prussians, they've only got black and blue to choose from. And they've got the blue, so they can ride the line. Now for the French ADC availability. Okay, 2 and 2. They're nothing if not consistent. Prussian ADC availability. Okay, 2, 2, and 2. The way it would appear by position of division. Oh, I wonder if there's a brigade that's coming on, the 29th, sorry, not the brigade, the division, 29th division. I better roll for their ADCs as well. This will be the Saxon Polish division that's coming on now. They have 4 brigades, so that gives them, 2 brigades, which gives them 3 ADCs. And they've got all 3 ADCs. The quality of the divisional commander is 9, and French a 9. He is a campaigner. So we're going to roll now. The 2 ADCs in the 20th division. 1 is being used for a reroll here, and 1 is being used skirmish for the bold. So this guy here, no rerolls, nothing. Okay, he's gone hesitant. This guy here's got a reroll, and he's good. The bold, and he's good, and he'll be skirmishing. Okay, over here, the 22nd division, the Swiss, they're going with a skirmish task. And they didn't get it, so they're hesitant. Now this Swiss brigade may be contenders for having a core ADC allocated to them. And then this guy here is simply a reroll, and he's got it. For the off-table division, we'll come back to them. We'll do the Prussians, and then we'll come back to the off-table division. For the Prussians, okay, their 12th division, they're going with a forwards with no reroll. What they want to do is they want to get across this table as quickly as they can to interfere with the deployment of the 29th division. And they've gone hesitant. Okay. This brigade here, no rerolls. They're fine. This brigade here. Now, this division is going to play Chief of Staff. So they automatically gain another 2 ADC. So they're up to 4, and they get to reroll the 2 that they didn't get before. And they've got 1 more. So they'll have 5 ADCs. We'll come back to them. Over here, 2 ADCs. They had 2 ADCs. They're going to give them both to this division, this brigade here, to use Stand With Me. And this guy here is going to be rolling. And he's gone hesitant. Before we move on, because he used Stand With Me, not only do they go from faltering to obeying orders, up to 3 units can recover a casualty. So these guys have recovered a casualty. They're now down to 2 from 3, and the battery had 1. It's now got none. No other units had casualties, so not an issue. Let's continue on with the 11th Division now. The 11th Division. This brigade is going with skirmish. This brigade is with the bold brigade commander is using 2 to go with artillery assault. I should add, it's skirmish and a reroll. Artillery assault. Actually, we'll just go with skirmish there, and what we'll do is we'll go for the reserve brigade that's coming on, a reroll and reserves. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the skirmish without a reroll, he's fine. The bold brigade commander, artillery assault, we roll 2 dice. Oh, he's gone hesitant. The bold guy has choked at the worst possible time. And now reserves with a reroll. Okay, they're coming on. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we have across. Now, the rule says that if a division has 2 hesitant, then in a core game, then that will cause an additional dice to be rolled. But what I'm doing for this game, to be consistent, is for every 2 brigades, you gain 1 dice. 2 brigades that are hesitant, you gain 1 dice. So he's got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 3. So it's 1 in each division. So that's going to be hesitant. I've got to do the brigade that's coming on. So both sides are rolling 3 dice as a minimum, because there's 2 brigades in the French as well. So both are rolling 3 dice at this stage. But now I've got to sort out the 29th Division. Now what they're doing is they're coming on. There's this pure Saxon brigade here, and then there's a brigade of Saxons and Poles here. Each brigade has 1 battery of artillery attached. The Poles have a horse artillery battery attached, and the Saxons have a foot artillery battery attached. Both 9-pounders. Right, and what are they going to do? Commander is bold, so he's going to come on with skirmish. The Polish brigade commander is going to come on with skirmish and a reroll. So let's do the Saxon bold brigade commander first. Okay, he's good. And the Pole, he's good. All right, so that's them coming on. And they're coming on at these points here on the table. Just 1 here and here. Right. I believe that's everything. I hadn't allocated. I'm going to give the red dice. I'm going to give it to this guy here to permit a reroll. All right. Let's see if he recovers from hesitant. He does. So he has got skirmish, and he's not hesitant, and that is the red dice used from the core orders set. Now, in the last turn, the Prussians didn't use any of the core orders, so they actually would have been rolling the white and the red as well. So they might have them So I'm going to roll those dice now, because if that gives them the red orders dice, then obviously they can do the same. All right, they haven't got the red, but they have got the white. Can they use the white? I don't think they need to. So, as a consequence of all that kerfuffle, we're now rolling for initiative. The Prussians, because of the 3 hesitant brigades they've got, sorry, 2 hesitant brigades they've got, they're rolling an extra die. The French have only got 1 hesitant brigade, so they're not. French are red, Prussians are black. Finally, for the first time in the game, it's only taken 6 turns to get there, but the French finally have the initiative. Charge declarations. The only possible charge declarations for the Prussians is these guys here, but they would have to charge through their own skirmish line, and they would be going unsupported. Well, because they don't have infantry assault. The target is worn and unformed, so that's nice and juicy. However, yeah, they you can't charge it. So there's nothing there for the Prussians, and these guys over here are hesitant, so they can't charge. So that goes French now. If there's any French charge declarations, and I don't think there is. So movement. The French have the initiative, they'll move first. So if we go through all the movement for the French, this division here is just recalled their skirmishes. There's only 2 bases left, no point risking it for the brigade to fall for the sake of 2 skirmishes. So they've been recalled, and that's that. The skirmish line from the 3rd Brigade of the 20th Division has advanced into the woods, and the battalions have advanced in behind it. This is interesting. Both of the Swiss battalions that were up front have done a withdraw to the 2nd line, and that's got this one back here with a retreat marker and unformed, and this one with a retreat marker on it. 2 units retreating, that falters this brigade. Why would I do that? Well, I think it's better to pull these guys back, and then in the next turn, I can either use, if they have 2 ADCs, as long as I get 2 ADCs, I can play stand with me and automatically rally them, or I can use Chief of Staff and generate as many ADCs as I need and at least get a re-roll for these guys. And if it still goes pear-shaped, they've got a long way to retreat before they're off the board. And I think that's better than having those 2 units out the front there all by themselves to get slaughtered. So it's a bit of a risk, but I think it's worth it. Here, the skirmish line is pulled back, the guns prolonged forward, and then these guys are snaking through to here. That's the movement for the French. There is the off-table movement, but that is done after on-table movement. So French on-table movement, Prussian on-table movement, French reserve movement, Prussian reserve movement, and that'll end the movement phase. So Prussians now. Okay, for the Prussians, the battery is unlimbered. They've formed line, and these 2 battalions step back. That's all they can really do, being hesitant, but they're trying to, they know they can't go forward, but they can at least form a defensive line. Their brigade skirmish line is out in that woods. If they're outside 18 inches, they're going to have to come back in. I'll do that after I've done your talk through with what's going on here. But don't be surprised if those skirmishes step back out of the woods over there. Right. This battalion has moved up to the to provide rear support for their battery. Nothing going on with the garrison, nor these chaps here, nor the skirmishers in the woods or to the right. Here, this battalion has just stepped forward to dress off on these guys here. These guys are hesitant, nothing to talk about here other than the fact that these guys were unformed, but now they've reformed. And this battalion that was over here has, I've moved them over there, and I don't know why I did that. Technically, that is moving towards the enemy. They are hesitant, they won't be able to do that. I'm going to have to move these guys back because they cannot get closer to the enemy. And if they're moving in that direction, they are definitely getting closer to the enemy. Oh, it sucks being hesitant. And that artillery assault's going to be no good to them either. Anyway, moving along. These guys here, this brigade skirmish line of the brigade that's rallied with the stand with me, they've stepped back. These guys have reordered. These guys are refusing their flank. The battery has had to turn slightly, so they have moved because the skirmishers are out of arc. The brigade skirmish line not affected by the hesitance. They have swung around here, but these other 3 battalions are doing nothing, nor obviously the garrison is doing its garrisony stuff. That's all the movement done, other than reflecting on whether or not that brigade skirmish line in the woods over there needs to be moved back. But other than that, that's movement. Should I say that is on-table movement. Now we go to reserve or off-table movement and enter the Saxon Polish 29th Division. Well, we're into the off-table or reserve movement now, and the 29th Division has arrived. Here's the mixed Polish and Saxon Division, the 29th. We have Saxon infantry here, Saxon light infantry, and a Polish battalion. Skirmish line consisting of Poles and Saxons. And their battery is this horse artillery battery that has moved their full 15 inches and unlimbered. The first division, which is the Saxon division, is the first brigade of the 29th Division, which is it's all Saxon light infantry, the yellow, the green, and the red regiments, and there's their brigade skirmish line, and their foot artillery limbered up, moving up with the infantry. That's the 29th Division on table. Now we have to do the arrival of the 3rd Brigade of the Prussian 11th Division. And the trick is deciding precisely where do they go. So where are they going to come on? So obviously they have to come on within 18 inches either side of the centre line, which is essentially just directly behind the right-hand side of the village of Blankenfelde. We're basically on this road. I'll come on at that point there, 18 inches either side of it. Should they move in support of this this division on the left, or should they go to help with the division on the right? So essentially, they come on. I haven't put it in yet. This is just to illustrate it. This is the point that they come on. They can go 18 inches this way, or conceivably they could go 18 inches this way. Now, the problem is they belong to this division here, not this one. If they come up here, all they can really do is come in behind them, because otherwise they'll be intermixing with a different division, and they can't do that. They could come in behind and come up here, fill this gap, get these guys to shuffle across, bring their guns up into the centre. Or they could come this way and come in on the right-hand side of the division. So that's their 1st Brigade, that's their 2nd Brigade. They could come in here. Well, they won't reach there, but they can start moving that way. Geez, I'm going to have to dice for it. I don't want to decide. There's good arguments for both. Certainly going and just propping here, that's a legitimate option. If they feel that this flank is going to collapse, they could come in here and cover this flank out this way. They could come in directly here, and that would free up these guys to shuffle across. That seems a bit redundant. Or they could come over here and bring their artillery up. But there's not very. I mean, if they come in here, oh geez, it's just I'm gonna have to dice for it. Okay, so I put the question to an interested third party, and they've come down with moving the 3rd Brigade of the 11th Division to the right. So they've come on over here and they're moving this way. So now all the movement is done, on table, off table, and now we go into shooting, and the shooting will start with the French, and we'll start with these Württembergers in the woods. Okay, so Someone requested a more panoramic shot of the battlefield, so I hope this helps, just for now. So we now have this Württemberg Brigade skirmish line from the 3rd Brigade of the 20th Division in the woods here. They have skirmish. I'll give them 2 bases, can shoot out. These ones are too far, they're too deep into the woods, so they won't be able to shoot. So it's 1, 2, Brigade skirmish line 3. They've got skirmish tasking, so another 2, that's 5. 5 coming out of the woods, and they're going to shoot at that battery. Okay, 5 dice. Wow, 4 hits out of 5. That's good shooting by those Württembergers, so that's 2 casualties on the battery. Okay, next to shoot is this French Brigade skirmish line here. 3 bases, 4 for the skirmish line, but they're shooting into cover, so back down to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's, again, the good shooting continues. So they've put a 3rd hit on these guys. These guys will be shooting out. There's 5. It's an independent light infantry battalion, so that's 5. And they've got the skirmish tasking. That'll take them up to 7. These guys have, I don't know why I've moved the marker. They've got 2 casualties on them already. 1, 2. So that's going to remove a base and put 1 hit on them. Now, this Brigade skirmish line here, shooting at the Württembergers. It's 4, 5, but they drop 1 because they're shooting into cover. So back down to 4. 2 hits, 1 casualty on the Württembergers. Now artillery fire, and this battery here is just within 12 inches of the woods, so they're going to fire canister into these guys. So it's 1 CD because it's weak, because they're skirmishers in cover, but they will get 1 battery dice, but they'll get 2 CDs. So red is the battery, green are the CDs. Okay, 1 hit, but the CDs missed. These guys are up to 4 casualties. Next along, we have these 2 batteries here, and they're going to be firing at this reserve regiment here. So red is on the right, green is the horse artillery battery. Actually, we'll fire them separate. First one at the reservists. 3, they've done nothing but hurt themselves. And now at the reservists again. Ooh, much better. That's an 11. So that's going to be a discipline test on them. So it's 2 casualties and a discipline test. 6. Okay, they're reservists, they'll go unformed on that. So now we're all the way down on the right flank of the French. The 29th Division has come on. This Polish horse artillery battery has just arrived and unlimbered, and they're going to do some counter battery fire on that Prussian battery. It's just a single CD because they've unlimbered. So a single CD, they moved and unlimbered. 4, well, they got a hit. Well, the Prussian battery is going to return fire, but not at the battery. They're going to shoot at this Saxon regiment over here, the red one, because they want to get bounced through onto the green regiment behind it. So it's 2 dice because it's an effective range. They're shooting at a column at effective range, so the green will be the CD, and the black will be the bounce through onto the regiment behind. 3, 2, this was, okay, 5. So it's no hits, and no hits. Totally ineffective fire. So the Russian horse artillery get to fire for the first time for the day, and they're going to shoot at this Polish infantry column here. It's just 2 CDs. And they're going to bounce through. So we'll make the green dice to bounce through. 7 is 1 hit, but nothing else. So 1 hit on the Poles, no bounce through. Okay, so now we're down to shooting at this end of the battlefield. These guys here, it's going to be a single CD plus 2, because it's skirmishes, they've pivoted, they're shooting at troops in the woods. So it's a single CD, but they do get 2 dice for the canister at the Württembergers. And this hesitant battery, well, they can only fire at effective range, so they can't shoot. The green is the battery, the black are the CDs. 2 hits. So the next battery to shoot is this hesitant battery. It can fire at effective range. It has to fire directly in front to its front, which means it has to shoot at them. These are closer, but they're out of their tram line's arc. So they'll shoot at these guys here. So it's effective range, so they do get a CD. 6 is 1 hit. These guys aren't within 3 inches, I don't think, so I don't think they'll get bounced through. I'll quickly check that. No, they're not. So 1 hit on these guys. Effective battery at 6, yeah, is 1 hit. So there's no volley fire, no one's at volley range, so that effectively ends turn, what are we now? Turn 6. So now we move on to turn 7 at, what will that make it? 12 o'clock. So it's call orders for the French. Okay, they can re-roll a single 1, and they want to get that white, but they can't. Right, okay, so they've got black and red. Normally I'd go to call orders for the Prussians, but whilst I'm here, I might as well do ADC availability for the French. Right, that's a pretty good roll. Of course, the Prussians used the red dice last turn. They don't get it this turn because their corps commander is pedestrian. So now they're rolling for just the black, blue, and white. If they don't use any of these dice, they'll get the red dice back next turn. They've got the black and blue. They're probably not going to, and they haven't got the white, so they'll probably not use those. We'll just have to see if they've got any hesitant brigades. If they don't, then they'll get them back. Now rolling for their Prussian ADC availability. Okay, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Actually, we're looking at ADC availability for all 3 corps on the French side and all 3 corps on the Prussian side. From the French left to the French right, you would see that it's 20th Division, 22nd Division, 29th Division, and then you'd have the Prussian 11th, 12th, and 13th. That's how many ADCs they have available. The French are going to use their core ADC red die to bump that up to 2. Okay, so ADCs, how they're being allocated, what's going on. For the 20th Division, they've got 3, so they're going to go re-roll, and then they're going to go skirmish with the bold brigade commander. Over here, they're going to use Chief of Staff. They've only got 1 ADC, they lose that automatically to bolster. Chief of Staff, they automatically get 2, so they've now got 2. They've got the red die, which will give them a 3rd one, so that's 3. They've got the 2 that they missed, and they get both of them back. So that's another 2 that they've got to use. So that's them taken care of. Actually, I might not give the red die to these guys. I might use that somewhere else. Because by my calculations, he has 1 ADC, he loses him automatically, so he's gone. Because that's to shore up morale for the faltering brigade, the Swiss faltering brigade. So the next thing you have is he gets 2 automatically for using Chief of Staff, and then he has to re-roll to get the ones that he missed, and he was successful with that, so he has 4. And 4 is sufficient, because what he wants to do is he wants to give a re-roll to the Swiss, and then he wants to give artillery assault to these guys with a re-roll. So that's 4. So we don't need the red die here, we need it somewhere else. So let's do the rolls here. Faltering Brigade, rolling on the Faltering Brigade table. He has it, well, actually we'll do this first, because this is an artillery assault with a reroll, so that's straightforward. With a reroll, 6, he's got it, good. Okay, and this guy here on the Fulton Brigade table, 5, he's rallied, so that's good. So, moving along, we go down here, the 29th Division, they're 3 ADCs, they've gone skirmish without a reroll. So, let's see how that pays out for them. They're good. And then this guy's bold, so he is going with a rolling 2 dice. He's got 2 ADCs and he's going for artillery assault. 6 and a 1, so he'll take the 6, so they're good. So that just leaves rolling for these chaps. Okay, so this is where the core ADC has been allocated. So there's 3 ADCs here, we now actually have 4. We're going to give skirmish to this bold brigade commander. We're going to give a reroll and forwards to the 2nd Brigade of Marie Louise's, and this brigade here, we're not going to give him anything. So this guy here first, he's good. This guy forwards with a reroll, 3 just, and this guy rolling twice, he has skirmish. He's got a 6 and a 3, either of them will do, so that's good. So no faltering brigades for the French, and everything's going off. Okay, for the Prussians, there's 2 ADCs here. They're going to give both to the 1st Brigade of the 12th Division, artillery assault without a reroll, and they've got that. This guy has not got a reroll, and he's gone hesitant. He's not really going anywhere or doing anything, so not too bad. Over here, a reroll, that's good. This brigade that's just arrived, the 3rd Brigade, 11th Division, they're good. Bold commander, he's going to roll 2 dice, and he is going for artillery assault. 2 dice with a reroll. He's got the artillery assault, so that's good. Over here, this guy's got a reroll, and he's good. This guy here is going with artillery assault, no reroll. He's a poor commander, so he can only ever be given 1 order, and he's gone hesitant. So, just a panorama as we move along from the Prussian left across to the Prussian right, which is getting closer to Steve's table. So this is, like I said before, just to reiterate, this is the 12th Division. Then we have the Prussian 11th Division in the center, and then Lucky 13 on the right. And then for the French, 20th Division, 22nd Division, 21st Division still off table. And then over on the right flank for the French, left flank of the Prussians, we have the 29th, and they're the Poles and Saxons. So fighting, they've got a lot to fight for. All right, so let's carry on. We're going to roll for initiative. The Prussians are black. They've got 2 hesitant brigades, so they're going to be rolling 3 dice, and the French are just rolling 2. French are red. 6 plays 8. The French have the initiative for this turn, turn 7. So it's charge declarations now. Everybody loves to charge, but there's no point in charging until you've prepared the enemy to receive the charge. So no charge is happening yet. So movement, French have the initiative. There's nothing coming on from off table at this point. So we'll go on with French movement. Start with the movement of the 20th Division. We'll do all their movement, come back, talk about it, then do the other divisions. We will roll for their forwards moment. They've got a forwards bonus. So it's whatever formation they're in, +6, plus another 6. So it's they're in line, so it'll be 6, 6. They're going to go 18 inches forward. Well, they can go 18 inches forward. That's a fair bit, and I think they'll do that. So that's all the movement of the 20th Division done. Advanced with forwards. Skirmish lines swung around to pour fire in this way. These guys, Prussian skirmishers, have moved back, maintaining the 3-inch distance. Divisional headquarters has moved up. Everybody's moving forward here. So now we'll go over to these guys here. I've just realised they are actually hesitant, because when they pass from faltering, they go to hesitant. Oops. Mind you, that will only give them one. It won't change anything to initiative because that's only one hesitant brigade, whereas they had two. So that's okay, it's just they're hesitant. Eek. Right, which means this battery's hesitant. But that's okay because they're within 12 inches of the woods anyway, so they can still shoot. Anyway, the joys of playing solo. No one's picking me up except for myself. Right, so we'll do their movement. And yeah. Okay, looking further down the line to the 22nd Division. So they formed line. These guys, the Garde de Paris, have stepped back slightly. Same with this Swiss battalion. And the Brigade skirmish line is tucked back in here. The reason I haven't recalled it yet is because I might, at a later date, give a skirmish tasking to one of these battalions to reinforce the Brigade skirmish line. Here, with the 2nd Brigade of the 22nd Division, they have advanced aggressively towards the skirmish in the woods. They're not within 3, so they don't have to give ground. But they're pushing hard here, and that's that taken care of. Oh, and their Brigade skirmish line also stepped back. Same reason I haven't recalled it completely. Now let's go down to the 29th Division. Here we have the 29th Division now, and now we're going to move those guys. So that's all the movement done now for the 29th Division. Essentially, the Poles are leading the way for these Saxons. They're just moving off. The skirmish line has moved in to envelop these guys. I've just realised I gave artillery assault to the Polish battery, so they would have rolled on this guy's die without a reroll. Fortunately, it worked out. They were okay. So yes, this battery actually belonged to the Poles. The Saxon battery has come forward in unlimbered. So if they do fire, they'll just fire with a single CD because they have unlimbered. Right, now Prussian movement. Okay, so now we're going to go on with the Prussian movement. And like I did with the French, I'm going to start from the, this time from the Prussian right flank and work across. So we'll start with the 13th Division, then the 11th, and then the 12th. So 13th Division first. Okay, so within the 13th Division, these fellas have been had a battalion coming behind them to provide them support. The Brigade skirmish line has come up. The battery is staying. They didn't extend the line or anything like that because they didn't want to mask their own battery here. These guys also staying back. They don't want to get in the way of the artillery. What else has happened? The Hessian Brigade really has done nothing. They're in a good formation as they are. Over here, the 11th Division, 3rd Brigade has moved up. The 1st Brigade, the 2nd Brigade, some units, this battalion here has moved to the side of this Fusilier battalion. These guys step back so the Brigade skirmish line can come up. They can shoot further, so it made sense to bring them through. And that's it for the 11th Division. So we'll now just go have a look at the 12th. So now here we are over at the 12th Division. This brigade here is hesitant. That just leaves this brigade, so from these guys across to move. So we'll do them now. So the brigade skirmish line that was up here is pulled back because they don't want to get shot up. They'll screen their infantry. The battalion of Fusiliers that was here, or Schützen battalion, has changed formation. They were in contact, the base edge was in contact with the woods, so I've been generous and I've let them change formation to skirmish order in the woods. And other than that, everyone's just holding their ground. Now we're up to shooting, and the Prussians go first, so we'll start with the Württembergers in the woods. So there's 6 bases. They've got the skirmish tasking, so 6, 7... I'll just check, is there 6 bases? 1, 2, 3... No, there's 5. So 6 dice, 5 plus 1 is 6, plus the skirmish tasking, which will take them to 8, and they're going to pour it into this battery here. All right, so 8 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, which is going to be 2 casualties, but there was no double 6, unfortunately, so no morale check. We have to travel all the way down to the 29th Division before we see any more skirmishes for the French. So these guys here are within 12 inches of the skirmishers in the woods. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skirmish tasking 7, but they'll drop 1 because they're shooting into the woods. So that'll be 6 dice there. And here, 1, 2, brigade skirmish line 3. They didn't want to mask their guns, so they've gone double line. So it's only going to be 3 dice there. So we'll take care of that now. So it's 6 here, 3 there. These will be the black. We'll roll them all together. 1, 2, 3. So both 1 hit on the guns and 1 hit on the troops in the woods. The Prussians in the woods return fire with 5 dice. 1, 2, so that's 1 casualty on these guys here. Now we're in front of 11th Division. They've got skirmishers in the woods here. They're going to be shooting at that column. So it's 5 dice coming onto these guys there, and also 5 dice from these guys coming onto those guys there. Red will be right, and black will be those other guys. One, 2, and only 3 hits, which is 1 casualty. So 2 casualties on the column, 1 casualty on the line. And now from the 13th Division, there's a brigade skirmish line here going to be shooting at this line, and then there's brigade skirmish line in there shooting at these guys here. That'll be 3 plus 1, drop 1. So there'll be 3 at them and 5 at the line. Red will be at the rear there. Well, they got 1 hit. Oh, sorry, 2 hits, 1 casualty. Again, 2 hits, 1 casualty. Both hits, however, will go onto these guys here because they are in arc and in range, and the first hit has to go onto them. So their shots that would have gone onto them have gone onto these guys. So now we have the artillery fire. This battery is going to be shooting into these guys. It's a weak shot, so it's going to be the green dice being the battery and the red dice being the CDs for canister into the woods. Okay, 5 is a hit and 6 is a hit. 3 is a miss. That takes these guys up to 6 casualties. They are now worn. Okay, now we have these batteries here, and they're going to be pouring the fire in directly to their front. So this battery is going to be the red dice, this battery will be the black dice, and the green will be the dice for the artillery assault. So this battery first, at those reservists directly to their front, they're unformed. 7, that's 1 hit. Again, the black dice are the CDs. 4, they've hurt themselves, but they've got another 2 hits. So it's 3 hits all up. 1, 2, 3, and a casualty on themselves. Actually, I think they've gone low on ammo because, I'll just check. Okay, so we have the Polish horse artillery with this brigade, and we also have Polish foot artillery with the other brigade. So we'll fire with these guys first because they've got artillery assault going on. So the red dice will be the shooting and the black dice will be the CDs. So these guys here are going to fire at the, let's just check the range. It's 12. No, they're not at effective range yet. 7's 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Okay, so 3 hits on these guys. Now this battery here is at effective range, but that's just 2 dice, 6, and that'll be a hit on them. So they'll go up to 2. And these guys, I think we said there were 3 hits all up. Now we have this Prussian battery returning fire at the Polish foot battery there. 7, that's going to be 1 hit on these guys. They're not at canister range yet. So that's one hit there. Now the Russian horse artillery shooting at the poles again. Still outside effective range, so it's just 2 CDs. 5 is nothing, but they don't hurt themselves. Right. Let's keep tracking. So now we have this battery and artillery assault. Get out of the way, boys. And they're going to fire into these guys. They're at canister range, so it's going to be 2 dice for the battery, 2 dice for the canister, and 2 dice for the artillery assault. So this ought to hurt. So the black dice for the battery, 6. So that's 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. Ouch. That hurt. Triggers a discipline test. 8. They pass. Those Swifts are made of stern stuff. Now we have these 2 batteries firing. Even though it's hesitant, they can fire. And that's canister range. So 2 plus 2 CDs, 2 plus 2 CDs. We'll do the hesitant battery first. The black is the battery. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, so 9 is going to be 1 in a discipline test, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 2. I'll just quick battery. 9. So that's 2, 3, 4. So that will take them up to 5 casualties. And then here, so actually they've got to do a discipline test, but they have regimental artillery and they will not do the discipline test. So they'll go down to 2. And then these guys, black of the battery again, shooting at the column. 6 is going to be 1 and a discipline test. So it's 1, 2, 3. 3, but they are in column, so they'll take the test. And they pass. Because even though they're recruits, they are in column. So they're okay. Actually, this battery should get an extra dice because they are in column. So I'll roll that 1, 5. So that's another hit. So that'll take them up to 4 casualties. There's also a bounce through. Oh, I'm missing things everywhere. These ones, no, because they're over 3 inches from the line. But these guys definitely are within 3 inches. 1, okay, no hit from the bounce through. Okay, now all the artillery's done. Now we go to volleys. And I don't think there are any. Nope, no volleys. No one's in volley range. So that ends turn 7. And so now we move up to turn 8. This will be the last turn for this part because every 4 turns, Steve and I pause our battles to share how are things going on the Eastern Front, or how are things going on the Western Front. So let's go into turn 8. It's now 12:30. We've got a full complement of corps orders for both sides now. So what we're going to do is we will roll for the French first, as per custom. They can always re-roll a single roll of 1. So they've got white, blue, and red. They've missed out on the black. For the Prussians now, they get a full complement. They didn't use any last turn. They've got they've got red, and that's all. ADC ability. Let me try again. ADC availability for both sides. Let's roll these all together. Okay. Interesting. 1 too many green dice, so I'll just roll theirs for them. Okay, so they've got 3. So if you look at it that way, that's what both sides got. So for the French, left to right, they've got 4, they've got 2, and they've got 2. From the Prussian perspective, from their left to right, they've got 1, 3, and then 1. Right, let's see what they can do with that. Okay, so I've allocated ADCs for the French. Let's start with the 20th Division. They've got 4 ADCs. They've gone a re-roll, and with the bold guy, they've gone skirmish, and they're using 1 for scouts. Okay, so this guy here first. Re-roll. Okay, he's gone hesitant. Good start. This guy here, he's good. This guy here, he's good. and then we're keeping the other one for scouts. Okay, moving along the line, we've got artillery assault. That's their 2 ADCs. They're using the red Corps Commander's ADC to give them a reroll. So these guys here are rolling with nothing. The Swiss, just as they are, they're good. This division here, re-rolling their artillery assault, but they don't need it, they've got a 6. And down here, they've got nothing for this Polish, they're good. And then for the purely Saxon, they've got an artillery assault, but he is bold. He's got a 3 and a 3, so he only needs one of them. He takes the best of the 3s, takes the 3, and they've got the artillery assault. So the French have just got 1. And as usual, it's the Marie Louises, the 1st Brigade, 20th, have gone hesitant. That guy is getting sacked. Now, let's go have a look at the Prussians. Down the line, they've got 1 ADC. They're going to use the Corps Commander's ADC and just give a artillery assault to the 1st Brigade and hope it comes off. And it does. This brigade has nothing. And they're fine. Now down to here, reroll, artillery assault on the bold, and nothing here. So this guy here first, he's got a reroll, and he's good. Artillery assault, he's bold, and he's good. This guy here, nothing, he's good. This guy here has got a reroll, he's got a reroll, he's good. And then this guy here, nothing, he's good. So, no hesitant for this side and only 1 hesitant for that side. It's two dice each. Okay, Prussians are black, French are red. Prussians are 6, French are 10. French have the initiative. They didn't need their scouts. Charge phase. French have none. The Prussians have decided to launch these guys at them because they're concerned that these skirmishers are going to shoot these guys to pieces. It's an unsupported charge. The skirmishers will shoot and evade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 3 hits. But more importantly, there's a double 6 there. So that is going to be a morale test. So they'll go forward. I'll do the morale test with them now. See how that pans out. Right. Yeah, the reservists, but they are in column 8. They're okay. I should add the evaders have to roll a CD as well. 3, no, they don't take any casualties. So they'll go back. I'll end up back here. They've shot, so they're done for the day. 3 casualties on that landwehr unit, and they'll be right at the edge of the woods. So that leaves those Prussians there. Right, any other charges? Because they passed their activation, they had a case one allocated. That low on ammo's off, but they won't be shooting this turn. Right. Anyway, like I said, any other charges? Let's have a look. I don't think so. So with that in mind, we now go straight to movement, and the French will move first. So we're going to start again with the 20th Division, do their movement, 22nd Division, 29th. So 20th Division first, let's get that out of the way. Okay, so what the French have done here is they've done absolutely nothing here. They have advanced in the woods here, 4.5 inches. And in the in this Swiss brigade, they retired to the second line with that battalion there. So now we'll go on to the remainder of the 22nd Division. Okay, so here they've moved into the woods, pushed the skirmishers out, formed troops, pushed skirmishers. They've advanced their full movement towards this direction here, and this battery is limbered up. Let's go do the 29th. Okay, so the Polish horse artillery is limbered up and they've moved to here. The Saxon infantry have moved up as the Polish have formed line. The light infantry have moved into the woods. The brigade skirmish line has gone gone forward. For the Saxons, their brigade skirmish line came across and they dropped 1 base back behind because they wanted to make room for this infantry to come up. So they've come up to there, and the battery is preparing to do their assault, artillery assault. That is all the French movement. So if we have a look, starting from the right, we can see the Saxon advance here. The French essentially advancing everywhere now, pressuring as best they can. Those hesitant guys have put a bit of a fly in the ointment, damn their eyes. But other than that, the French have they're going forward. And it must be remembered, they still have a heavy cavalry brigade and an entire infantry division off table to come on. So Ney is obviously thinking, now's the time. We're going to go for broke. Put a lot of pressure on the Prussians all along the line, hoping something gives, and then pour that division and heavy cavalry through. Okay, so now we're going to do movement for the Prussians. We'll start with the 12th Division over here, then we'll go across to the 11th Division, and finally the 13th. So 12th Division first. Okay, looking at the 12th Division, really there's nothing for them to do. These guys are in skirmish order. If they were to come out, they can't change formation and move. They're reservists. They could come out in skirmish order, but if they're in skirmish order to the rear, they can't provide any support. They can't provide any support if the skirmish order to the flank. What they can do, however, by staying in skirmish order, at least can provide support by fire. The brigade skirmish line, if that pulls back, it won't provide the skirmish screen to protect these guys. So they're not doing that. They're going to stay out there and take their lumps and do what skirmishers do. The 2nd Brigade, they've got skirmishers in the woods and off to the right. These guys are both, this one and this one, are supporting the built-up area. They're also providing rear support for the battery, so nothing to do there. So 12th Division, keep on keeping on. Let's go and have a look at 11th Division. The 3 brigades of the 11th Division. We can move these guys now. So we'll look at doing any movement with them, and then we'll do the 13th. Okay, slight amendment. The brigade skirmish line from the 2nd Brigade of the 12th Division, they actually advanced so they could fire onto these columns. These guys have stepped forward just so they could get into volley range, so that they can get their first fire in. At least they'll be able to shoot before, get 2 volleys, because I suspect they'll charge. They come forward, they can deliver a volley, and then when they get charged, they can deliver a volley. If they didn't come forward, they wouldn't be able to. They'd only get 1 volley in. This way, hopefully they'll get maybe get to trick these guys a little bit better. We shall see. Over here, they're just holding their ground here. This battalion here has moved up to support this battery, and then finally the 3rd Brigade. What they have done is they have advanced their brigade skirmish line to here, and then these battalions are coming forward. They're trying to get across here to help bolster this area here where the French are coming through. That's all the movement done now. So now we go to shooting, and we'll start with the French skirmishers. The Württemberger skirmishers over on this side here have already fired, so we don't need to worry about them. The only skirmishers I think we have will probably be with the French 29th Division, the Saxons and the Poles. So we'll go do them. Right, so we're going to start here with these guys. Okay, the black dice will be the Poles, the red dice will be the Saxons and, so there's Saxons and Poles, they're just Saxons, so they're mixed, and they're all shooting at these guys here. These are the black guys. 1, 2, 3, okay. Good shooting from the Saxons. So that'll take a base off these guys. Okay. Now, whilst I'm down here, I might as well get this out of the way. They'll shoot back with 4 dice, and they're shooting at these guys here. 1 hit, which is nothing. All right. Moving right along. Skirmishers in here, 5 dice. They can shoot out at these guys, so they might as well do it now. 3 hits, which is 1 casualty. So they're going up to 2. There are no more French skirmishers, so we'll go straight on with the the Prussians. So we'll do these guys here. That's 5 dice into this column. 2 hits, 1 casualty on those guys. Now we have these guys in the woods. Normally 5 down to 4 because they're worn and in cover. So 3 at these chaps here. So I'll do that. Not a single hit, so nothing. I must have panicked. And now we have these 3 skirmishers here shooting at these guys. It's 3 base skirmish line 4 into the woods back down to 3. One hit, which is nothing. Next skirmishers are going to be of these guys here, so that's 5. One, 2, 3 misses. Well, 6. That's a hit. So they are worn. Okay, that's all the skirmishing done. Artillery fire now. So these batteries here are going to shoot. Now we have this battery here on artillery assault, and they're going to fire on them. They're doing artillery assault so they can pick their target. They could shoot through these guys here and take them out, I guess. Actually, they'll just fire directly to. It's probably this unit here is more to their front, so they'll shoot at them. Okay, red is the battery, green are the CDs. Oh, 10. Ouch. That's going to be 2. That's a discipline test, but the CDs didn't hit. Okay, we might as well do the discipline test right now. So retreat and take 4 CD casualties. Okay, that one's cocked. All 4, they're on set. Okay, they're gone. That's broken them, dispersed them. That brigade will now fall. Now we have the Polish foot artillery battery here doing some counter battery fire. Okay, red is the battery, green are the CDs. Ooh, ouch. Again, it's 11. So that's going to be 3 hits, so they'll go up to 5. And it's a discipline test. The CDs didn't get anything. Right, they might as well do the discipline test right away. 6. Okay, they're lined, so they will go unformed. Okay, that's interesting. That's handy. Now, this battery will have to do a discipline test to return if they want to shoot at these guys. Yeah, they can. So they're going to fire at them, but they're not going to get artillery assault because they're now unformed, and more importantly, they've got 5 casualties, and you can only do artillery assault when you've got 4. So they're going to lose that bonus, but they will be firing 2 dice for the battery, 2 for the canister, and 1 because it's a column. Oh, that's going to hurt. So they've got 3 hits on these guys because they've just rolled a 12. They'll get a destiny roll also, and they got 1 hit here. So that's 4 hits on that. Then there's a bounce through onto these guys, and they've got that as well. So a hit on them, 3 hits on these guys, and they'll roll on the destiny table. 5 on the destiny table. 4 to 6 infantry, cavalry, recover 1 casualty in combat with 1 artillery, the closest enemy unit. So I guess that would be the guys to their rear, or the flank. Also suffers 2 CDs. It makes sense that there'll be these guys as the bounce through goes through, but there's no hits. It was double 3. So they've got to do a discipline test. They're line, so they're a little bit better than your average. 7, they are fine. Just they've passed. Right. Ooh, there's some wicked artillery fire along here. Okay, so the next battery to fire is this Russian horse artillery. They can either shoot at the skirmishers or they can fire through the skirmishers into that Polish line. And I think the line is a better target. So they're going to shoot at the line. They are at effective range, so it's just 2 dice, just normal shooting. 8, which is going to be, I think, 1 casualty. Now, the next shot is this battery here with artillery assault, and they'll be shooting at the Garde de Paris directly to their front, which are these chaps here. All right. Okay, the black's the battery. 9, that's going to be a discipline test with 1 hit, and that's hit there. So it's going to be 2 casualties plus the bounce through, and the bounce through hits the guys to the rear. Just check. 9. Oh no, it's 2 in a discipline test. My mistake. 2 in a discipline test. So it's 3 all up, so that will take them up to 4. This Swiss Brigade has taken a bit of a beating, but they're serving their purpose. They better do the discipline test, I guess. 9. They love it. Vive l'Empereur. So this battery here is going to fire canister into them. So black is the battery, red are the CDs. 4, they've hurt themselves. But that takes them up to another 2 casualties. This is getting very dicey now. They'll take a casualty. And now this battery here will fire into the column. So exactly the same as before, but they also get a green dice for the column. So red is the CDs, black is the battery. They've hurt themselves again, but this time 3 hits. So that takes them up to 7. So they survived, but just. They're now on 5 casualties, and they've picked up 1. Okay, volleys. Here we go. Okay, the first one to fire will be this Würzburg battalion. It's a bit dicey, but hey. Single CD. 6. Okay, that's a hit. So they go up to 6 casualties. Now, this column here, a single CD, and they're going to use the regimental artillery. So that will give them another 3. That's cocked and that's cocked. So far we have 1, 2. If we can get 2 more hits, we'll take that battery out. Oh, look at that! Yes, baby! That wipes out that battery. This brigade falters. That just leaves this line here. It would be a weak volley at those skirmishers, so they're not going to shoot. Mind you, if they... what the heck. Bang. Missed. Okay, so that's another faltering brigade. So the next unit to fire, the last, maybe the last, is this battalion here, and he's going to shoot at, well, the closest one's this one here, I guess. Okay. The one that's actually more to its front is that one. That might be a little bit closer, but yeah, we're going to say we'll shoot at that one there. 9 and another one. Okay, so a volley. It's not inferior. It's just a standard volley. He's rolled 9, which is 2 in a discipline test. So that's 2. That's 3. So that takes them up to 4 casualties. Ouch. And they might as well do the discipline test right here, right now, right here, right now. 6. Okay, they've gone unformed. Okay, so ends turn 8. Take that hesitant marker off now. It's now 1300 on the 28th of August 1813. The situation, this brigade, the 20th Division, this brigade here is in pretty good shape. They've got one unit with 6 casualties, but everyone else is either worst case 2 or none. This brigade, they've got 2 battalions up front that are just smashed, 8 and 7. But these 2 battalions at the rear of Marie Louise's are perfectly fresh. The regimental gun is got 1 play left, 2 here and 2 here. The Wasberg Brigade, this is the 3rd Brigade of the 20th Division. Their brigade skirmish line is back here, and they're in good shape though. No one's unformed or anything like that. Next turn, if they want to charge at this Faltram Brigade, they can do so. This battalion's come up, so it's a nice juicy target. That was the trade-off. They tried to save the battery, but at the end of the day, it didn't work for them. They just got blown away anyway. Now we come across to the 22nd Division. Swiss, badly shot up. Warn, 2 off Warn, 1 off Warn. Brigade skirmish line reduced to 2. They've taken an absolute pounding. Then we have the French Brigade of the 22nd Division in pretty good shape. Only 1 battalion with casualties at this stage, and it's this one here. But they are unformed with 4 casualties on them. Their batteries limbered up and moving off to help out well, this is the Swiss battery, so they're probably going to move up to help cover them. These 2 batteries here, 1 casualty each, but in excellent shape and doing absolute massive execution. They've faltered this brigade time and time again. Then we come to the 29th Division, the Poles and Saxons. Going forward with much gusto, they're priming this brigade here, both of these brigades, for an assault. And they still have the 21st Division, which is predominantly Italians, all line infantry, and a heavy cavalry brigade consisting of 3 regiments of Saxon cuirasses, French cuirasses, and a horse artillery battery. So that's the situation for the French. For the Prussians, it's pretty grim. 13th Division, 1st Brigade is in good shape, but their 2nd Brigade is shot to pieces and faltering. The 11th Division, they have a Faltram Brigade up here. They've lost their battery and a battalion of infantry. And they lost their Fusilier battalion as well, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that was from over here. So yeah, they've lost a battalion of infantry plus a battery. They're faltering. And then we get to the 12th Division. They're holding up pretty well. This battery is unformed on 5 casualties. These guys have got 3. I think next turn, in turn 8, if all things being equal, if the French get the initiative, I think you'll see lots of charges. Lots of posts of honour. They're really going to go for it now, I think. So that's turn 8 completed. Okay, guys, we'll wrap this video up now. Like I said before, we're doing these battles, Steve and I, in lots of 4 turns. So from 9 a.m. Until 11 a.m. and then from 11 a.m. to 1300 on the battlefield. And then there's some updates, couriers going back and forward, arriving at headquarters from this battlefield here at Blankenfelde and the other battle that's going on at Grossbeeren. This is the right flank of Grossbeeren, but if you have a look, you'll see that where Dittersdorf is, which is the left-hand flank, as the French look at it, there's quite a gap between here and Grossbeeren. So the battlefields are not side by side. They're more like a battle here and a battle here. So there's 2 core level actions going on within close proximity to each other. So there won't be, if I was to achieve battlefield supremacy here and set up guns, I wouldn't be able to just start shooting from here across into Steve's battlefield. And he won't be able to shoot from his battlefield into mine. and the Prussians can't fire from one battlefield to the other. But if the French do wipe the Prussians away from here, they are capable, or at least if they destroy the brigade on the French far left, that means that that area is clear. There'll be no interference by the Prussians for the French, if they wanted to send that Italian division, that 21st Division, tearing across towards Grossbeeren, and they could probably get there within an hour or 2 turns. The cavalry, probably even a little bit quicker, probably in the space of 1 turn, they would be able to get across. So that's the situation at the moment. By all means, if you want to give some tactical advice in what the Prussians should do next, by all means do so. If you want to offer suggestions to what the French should do, by all means do so. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here. I will finish off. I'll give a top-down view of the battlefield so you can see it like from a bird's eye view looking down. As soon as I finish my comments, you'll see it there. And then I will be back with the next video, hopefully in not too distant future. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up now. Again, like, share and subscribe. Check out Basement 1908 for the sister battle to this one that's currently going on at Grossbeeren, or just check out Basement 1908 because it's just a sweet channel anyway. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Fwiw I. Okay, so this is the top-down view of the battlefield. Okay. So this is the area of the Prussian 12th Division here, from the road across. That's the Prussian 12th Division. The area of operations for the Prussian 11th Division basically is bounded by the 2 roads. So that is all the Prussian 11th Division in there. And very conveniently, the Prussian 13th Division is on the extreme right-hand side of that road there. So the French dispositions over here, we have the Prussian 20th Division. As you can see, they're starting to come through the woods, and over here. Then we have the 20th, the Prussian 22nd Division. They're operating directly in front of the, sorry, did I say the Prussian 20th Division? The French 20th Division is operating directly in front of the Prussian 11th Division. And then over here on the extreme French right flank, the Prussian left flank, we can see the Polish, and well, it's predominantly Saxon division on the left-hand side of the road. So they're the dispositions. That's where we're at. So what do you do?